This is the championship game in the Big Ten Conference. A precious trophy with a long tradition to battle for here. But also a game that's been a launching pad into the college football playoff. Welcome, everyone, to Lucas Oil Stadium, home of the Colts here in Indianapolis, Indiana. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kurt Brumstreet. Kurt, let's get right to the action. The kickoff team is out there, and here we go. A conference championship on the line right now. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. We'll start with the 25. Looking to pass. It's Shaw. Fires it to the wideout. Makes the catch downfield. Tackle made, but a big play all the way to the 48.
Well, Chris, you watch a completion like that, and with the efficiency, it makes you kind of think back to all the quarterbacks and receivers that they've had who made it look this easy. Of course, you start with Tom Brady, but think of the year Brian Griese had in 1997, that national championship year. Chad Henne going back to Elvis Grbac and all the great receivers. So this is within their history, and it's good that they're leaning on it.
Second down after that run on the previous play. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Delivers quickly to the left side, and it's incomplete as he just overthrew his receiver that time.
You know, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
Big moment on the opening drive. They face third down. Out of the gun now on third down. Receiver makes the catch. They get the third down conversion. First down now from the 37.
Well, that's exactly how you dice up a zone coverage. Nice throw downfield here on third down, and a really good route to give the quarterback a chance to make that play.
You've seen you're able to make the stop after a short gain.
Chris, I know it's not a huge gain. You didn't pick up the first down, but it's still early in this game. Never abort this running game. You keep working. It's kind of like a body blow in a boxing match. Keep wearing the defense down, and eventually you can hit a big one.
Second down play coming up for this offense. Back to pass. It's Shaw. Comes up with the catch. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
You see more and more offenses in college football going to three receivers, and the slot receiver a lot of times can become the go-to guy. He gets mismatches against either safeties, a nickelback, or a linebacker walked out, and you can take advantage of it.
Big moment in the opening drive. They face third down. They'll try the option play here. Pitches to the back. And the runner scoots out of bounds after gaining some decent yardage.
Well, hey, it didn't go for a touchdown, but this is great execution. Knew exactly what they needed to do. First down, move the sticks.
The Wolverines come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. The quarterback finds the tight end for the completion. And he will be stuffed for no gain. A It's a big pickup after the catch, and more importantly, holds on to the ball despite taking a huge hit.
Yeah, Chris, that's the thing that really stood out to me. I didn't think he was going to be able to hold on to that ball because of that big hit, but he does. He doesn't get the first down, but he gets big positive yards, and more importantly, I think he gains more confidence in that quarterback to throw him the ball again.
It's an out route, the catch made, and heads out of bounds after a decent gain.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Early in this conference championship game, one of those crucial plays, a third down in the red zone. They'll try the left side with a toss. And the defense smothers him for no gain.
Chris, this is what I love to see from a defense is the linebackers are scraping, doing their job, but you need help from the secondary. And when you have aggressive tacklers on the back end, you got a great defense. This time, the secondary makes the difference.
So on their first possession of the game, the offense stays on the field, and they'll go for it. He keeps it on a design run. The Wolverines moving quickly down the field here.
I really like this aggressive approach here by the offensive coordinator and head coach deciding to go for this. Why not take a chance here on this opening drive? You've gotten across midfield. Worst case is you put your defense back out on the field, but instead you pick up the first down, new set of downs, and they're thinking about a touchdown here on this drive.
Quarterback keeps the football. Stout defense there. It's a 3-yard loss on that run.
But it's a nice job by this defense. They saw option. They actually forced the quarterback to pull the ball on the read, and then they corral him for a loss. You could tell they worked hard on that in practice.
Been a really solid drive, but now a challenge here coming up on 2nd and 13. Looks to his left and makes the completion. Brought down after the catch, but at the 8-yard line, the offense threatening here.
And his defense is doing a really good job here. They're giving up some completions, but the important thing is they're making tackles and keeping this offense out of the end zone. Force them to be able to execute to get this touchdown.
Offense facing a 3rd down now. They can still get a first down without scoring. Back to pass. It's Shaw. He's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
I see what the quarterback's trying to do here. He's holding on to that football to the last possible second to give that play a chance. But he held it just a little bit too long. The defense is able to hit him to force that incompletion.
So it looks like they'll bring the field goal unit onto the field. The field goal is good. So we have our first points on the board. That makes it 3-0. So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
And that kick will just bounce into the end zone for a touchback. They'll start at the 25. They're going to go with the Wildcat formation, an extra blocker. Let's see what they have in mind here. Direct snap. He finds some space. He's got the first and still going. Oh, and he's in the clear down the left side. Can they catch him? The 10. All the way to the end zone. What a run. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
What a touchdown. Anytime you see a play go for that many yards, everything has to come together. The offensive line did their job. The running back's vision and instincts and speed, and the play caller setting up the perfect personnel group, formation, and play call. It all came together, and they get the big score.
And from deep in the end zone, they'll bring it out. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. They moved it last time, but settled for a chip shot, looking to find the end zone this time. Looking deep to the right side. Got a man. Catch made. Big play. They tackle him at the 43, but that's enough for a first down.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
The game moves the ball past the 40, sets up another 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. And he picks up 9, so just short of the 1st down, 2nd and 1.
What a great job to be able to establish some rhythm to an offense. When you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run. You can go to play action. You really keep the defense on their heels when you can run the ball like this. Nice play.
Second down after that previous play. With some pre-snap movement, back in motion. The receiver makes the catch. What a move, breaking ankles and still going. And it's a long-distance house call. Touchdown, Wolverines. Simple throw, all the yards after the catch. Explosive play by the receiver to score.
Just a dynamic, athletic playmaker. As simple as you said, Chris, just throw him the football, he makes a catch, and then all the fireworks are after the catch, and this defense just unable to corral him.
Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. First play of the drive now from the 25. Ball handed off. And he goes nowhere. Stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. The quarterback hands this off and just nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
Catch made on the out route. The ball is loose. And the defense comes up with the football.
You know, as wide receivers, we get enamored with their size and their speed and their versatility and their ability to make plays. The catch, but none of those things are more important than taking care of the ball. He makes the catch, but he doesn't secure the football, and it's a fumble.
Now, looks like the head coach made a smart move in that challenge. Officials are going to overturn their previous ruling after getting a look at that replay. Offense will try to convert a 3rd and long from the 27. We'll see if the defense brings the blitz. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the 1st down. And they heave it deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They let it fly on 3rd down, but now it brings up 4th. And the Nittany Lions will send the punt team onto the field.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this 3rd down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, boy, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
Here comes the first play of the drive now from the 44. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. The shotgun handoff here. Breaks loose at the 45. Breaks into the clear. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain. So, Kirk, Michigan has the lead here at the end of the quarter. Let's check out the stats now through the opening period. They flipped into the field. We're ready now for the second period. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
And the Wolverines are in the red zone. And now they'll run it on the draw. Looking for the end zone, has a lane. And he could not be stopped. Touchdown, Michigan. Took some extra time in the weight room, paying off on that play.
What a job shedding tackles, crossing that goal line. And if you're this defense, you got to focus a bit more on the fundamentals and wrapping up, because poor tackling teams get exposed by running backs like this.
Trying to make a play from deep in his end zone. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And the Penn State offense is back out on the field. Now coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. Quick throw, catch made on the out route. Heads out of bounds as a short gain on play.
Chris, a really great job here with the quarterback and the receiver. This is all about timing. The quarterback gets back, no hitch in his delivery, gets the ball out in front of the receiver where he can run away from the defender for a nice completion.
Going absolutely nowhere. That'll be a loss of the play. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill curve.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
Third down play for this offense. Cannot connect. Incomplete, and now fourth down.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here, third and short. Your goal should just be keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes is just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this fourth and short.
They'll kick it away here. And this will be fair caught at the 35-yard line. Michigan offense back out on the field. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop them this time. And it's caught way downfield inside the 35. Touchdown, Wolverines. They were not going to catch him that time.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. Offense back out there trying to get something going. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's an out route. The catch made. You bring him down at the 44. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield now.
Well, it's a game of matchups. Always has been and it always will be, especially on the perimeter. And the quarterback believes his guy is better than their guy.
One play moves the ball to the 44. It'll be first down. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Taking a deep shot here to the right. Intercepted right near the end zone. What a play. He could go. He's at the 50. They finally bring him down, but what a return after the takeaway. The nice interception negated by the pass interference call on the defense. That stings. Offense on the move now as that penalty gives them a fresh set of downs. There's the handoff. Gets the first and still running. They make the tackle, but that play moves it inside the red zone.
Big runs like this are just demoralizing for a defense. It's one thing to give up big plays over your head against the pass game. When teams can run the ball and pick up yards like this, really affects the team's mental.
Here's a fumble way behind the line of scrimmage. And he busts loose right down the middle. It's a foot race. Defense picks it up on the run. Touchdown, Michigan. The defense produces 6 points.
The big fella takes it all the way back for a touchdown. And his linebacker's been hitting people all day. He finally gets to show what he can do when he gets his hands on the football. I remember this guy played running back in high school. He hasn't had his hands on a football in a long time, but clearly remembers what to do with it after he picks up that fumble.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. Gets it to the 25-yard line. That's where they'll start the drive. And the Penn State offense comes back on the field. They've got to get things going here. Turnovers on back-to-back possessions. Running out of time in the pocket. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down.
Well, the defense does a really nice job here of not only pressuring the quarterback, but not tipping their hand with coverage. They went to double coverage, but didn't show it till late. They confused the quarterback, and they almost came up with an interception.
So 2nd and 10 from the 25. Important to get something here to avoid that tough 3rd and long situation.
You see, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
Offense will try to convert a 3rd and long from the 27. We'll see if the defense brings the blitz. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. Lets it fly to the wide out. Can't hold on. Good defensive play, brings up a 4th down.
Whoa, you talk about a big hit there. I think this guy holds on to this football at a critical 3rd down if this linebacker doesn't lower the blow. Great timing on that hit to prevent the PI call and to get this team to 4th down.
And the Wolverines offense is back on the field. Last time out, a 1-play touchdown drive through the air, and they keep it going here. And the quarterback keeps it on the option. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Man, oh man, was the defense ready for this play. The quarterback just searching for anywhere to go, looking for daylight, but couldn't find anywhere to go in the keeper.
Rough start to the drive. They lose 4. Makes it now 2nd down and 14. Looking downfield, it's Shaw. He's running out of time here. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Boy, Well, this one's on the offensive line, Chris. They've got to do a better job of protecting the franchise quarterback. This guy's as good as there is in the country, and they're letting this pressure get to their quarterback. You either get the ball out faster, or the offensive line's got to do a better job of taking care of their guy.
They'll run it here. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's 4th down coming up.
Chris, it's the consistency of this pack is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
And the Nittany Lions offense retakes the field. They were held to a quick 3-and-out last time, looking to put together a positive drive here. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. Tackle made at the 41. It's a nice gain. They're getting closer to the 50.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. And I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes him block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable.
Caught way downfield for a huge gain. That's a huge gain down to the 16 in one play. They've suddenly become a threat to score.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
After one enormous play, the offense is set up with a 1st and 10 inside the red zone. From inside the red zone, they're looking to throw. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up 2nd down. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Incompletion sets up a 2nd down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Launching one to the end zone. He had all day back there before throwing the strike. Touchdown, Penn State. Kicking team out for the PAT try. They make the PAT, but still trail 31-14. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. 14. And the kickoff will bounce right through the end zone for a touchback. And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. Last time was a quick 3-and-out. Can they get a drive going this time? Receiver makes the grab. He shreds the tackle. Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards.
Well, the receiver does all the work here. Man, that is easy living for this quarterback. Really good footwork by the receiver. Gets the separation. And at that point, it's just pitch and catch for the quarterback.
A completion sets up a 2nd down play. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. That's good for a 1st down near the 40.
So much pressure on the defense against the RPO because you're always going to be wrong if it's executed correctly. Here, they were determined to stop the run. The problem is you leave yourself vulnerable to a throw into a flat. Right flat's open. The quarterback makes the right throw. Look at these yards.
So the counter play doesn't work. The defense in good position that time to make a play.
Yeah, on most of these counters, you leave the in-man on the line of scrimmage unblocked, and you try to pull those offensive linemen and kick him out. But if you have an aggressive defense, sometimes that can backfire, and the defense knew exactly what was coming there.
Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing.
The defense made a good play there, but needs to string along more stops like that against this running back if they want to be able to win this game. The run game has looked good in the 1st half, but maybe that won't be the case from now on.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Shaw. Looks to the left for a quick throw. Makes the catch and keeps that foot in bounds. That's a solid gain along the left side.
Well, if I'm this defense, you get these guys to 3rd down, you better bracket or double team some kind of coverage roll to this receiver to take him away. This guy makes another big play.
They'll come up in wildcat formation. Let's see what the call is. And it's a direct snap. And he'll be smothered right at the line for no gain.
Well, that's one of those plays that works better against certain defensive looks, but not every defense is the same. They were all over that one. Let's see if they continue to attack to the outside on the perimeter to set something up downfield.
Important second down play coming up. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain.
That's what I love about this guy. He has the ability to sneak out of the backfield. The quarterback's able to find him open, checks it down for a nice gain.
Critical moment of this conference championship. 3rd and short on the 7th play of the drive. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
The quarterback did all he could here to wait until the last possible moment, but he waits just a hair too long, which allows the defense to actually hit him as he throws the ball.
And he's got it from 56 yards away, never in doubt.
Boy, this guy had plenty of leg here, too. Chris, you remember the days when a kick from 50-plus was a major accomplishment? Now these guys knock these out like they're almost automatic.
Here comes the return from deep in the end zone. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the first play of the drive. Can they do something in the final 30 seconds of the half? On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. He's going for a big play downfield. And that deep shot is caught for a big gain. And he breaks loose down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
Now that's what I'm talking about. This hasn't been a great first half, but putting up that touchdown like this, now they're going to be feeling good heading into that locker room and get themselves to believe that they can come back and win this game.
Point after, knocked right through. So the offense gets momentum scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get a stop and preserve that momentum. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. So they start the drive looking for some late fireworks here. Less than 30 seconds before halftime. Looking to throw. It's Shaw. Bringing pressure. Tries to avoid the rush and just gets rid of it.
Well, the pass rush does a good job of chasing him out of the pocket. He's trying to buy some time looking downfield, but he better be careful being too patient. He gets hit as he throws his football, and it falls incomplete.
After the incompletion on first down, looking to throw it again. Looking to scramble. And he'll wisely throw that one away.
Man, I like this play. Not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
Time ticking away. Time for just one more play before halftime. Breaks into open space. Powering through a tackle. Breaks into the clear right down the middle. End zone ahead. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Wolverines. A tough run all the way to the end zone. What determination.
That's playing to the echo of the whistle here in this first half. They just keep pouring it on. Why not just continue to be aggressive? It's worked out so far for them. What a big lead they've worked up now here in this first half.
And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Minna's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Wolverines will kick this away to get the second half going. So it'll be a touchback. Ball spotted at the 25. State offense is back out on the field. After falling way behind in the first half, they need to find a spark right now to cut into this big lead. Great cut. They whiff on it. They bring him down, but a huge gain. They cross midfield to the 49.
Well, it's so easy to get caught up in the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
Pass complete for a first down. The offense gets a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake, looking to throw. And the receiver's got it. He stopped, but he gets a first down. And Indy Lions come to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, these big pass plays can jumpstart this offense a bit, and here they go at the tempo, looking to get this defense confused and out of position.
That's a nice wrap-up there by the junior.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Throws to the tight end. Fired into a tight window and picked off. He goes down quickly, but that's a takeaway for this defense. Important play.
Really nice job of mixing up the looks here by this defense. Sometimes man, sometimes zone. They fool the quarterback here completely, and he throws the pick.
Breaks into the open. Finally tackled out the 19, and just like that, the offense has moved into the red zone.
Man, now that is a running back's dream. I don't think the guy got touched until he got taken to the ground. It's just excellent blocking. There's nobody he had to make miss or use his stiff arm. Just a lot of open field.
Snapping it from the red zone now, looking to throw. Grabbed by the receiver. Tackle is made at the 4. It'll be first down and goal.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
Touchdown, Michigan. They continue to roll up the score.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his second touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. And the Penn State offense comes back on the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. Breaks into the clear. And he steps out of bounds, but a solid gain there on the ground.
That's a football play right there, Chris. This one takes me back a little bit. Toss sweep to the right. Get the ball into your back's hands. Get a lot of people out in front. Control the line of scrimmage. How about the wide receivers? They're doing a nice job blocking downfield. Almost felt like half the offense was out in front of him, giving him a chance to pick up some big yards.
Defense not fooled by the Wildcat look. Just a short gain on the play.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Looking to pass here on second down. The freshman with a little too much air under that one.
You know, the outcut is a routine throw, but it really illustrates how much time the quarterback and receiver have worked on this route. Because the more you work on it, you can close your eyes and make this throw. But it's not easy if you don't put a lot of reps in.
Now the offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 41. Play action fake, looking to throw. That's the running back who makes the catch across the middle. They'll bring him down, but the spin cycle put on that defender, my goodness.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
They get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody, and allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
After the incompletion, they'll face a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw yet again. Finds his man. The defense scoops it up. It's a fumble. They get him down after a short return, but it turns. Created by this defense. Big moment.
How about this defense flying in there trying to get their hat on the ball? They do, and they're able to pounce on it for a big turnover.
So it turns out that was a smart move by the head coach using the challenge. The officials overturned the previous ruling on that play. Still down by double digits in the 3rd quarter. They're going to go for it on 4th down. From the shotgun, drops back. That moves the football inside the 40, and it's another 1st down.
Boy, that conversion right there was an absolute dart by the quarterback, hitting his receiver, and the ball comes out that fast to put so much pressure on the defense to locate the football, let alone trying to get their hands on it.
The Nittany Lions lining up here on 1st and 10. It's picked off. He tried to fire the ball into a tight window. Now he's bringing it back at the 20. Touchdown, Wolverines. A huge defensive score.
Chris, what a turn of events here. 1 second, you're in field goal range as an offense. The next, the defense is running back an interception for a score. You're looking at a 10-point swing and a momentum changer.
Michigan, 55. Penn State, 21.
So no return here. He takes him in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. And the Nittany Lions offense retakes the field. They moved the ball in the last possession, but a devastating end of the drive, a pick 6, and they recover from that right now. They bring him down after a short gain there. And the Nittany Lions hustle to the line to run that hurry out. Here's that defense shifting again. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. He's picked for a 3rd time tonight. It's a short return to get the tackle at the 25, but what a play for this defense.
Well, this guy obviously did what he needed to do to get himself ready for this game. It's a favorable matchup. He's got a lot of confidence. He's already come up with 2 interceptions in this game alone. Locked in on what he needs to do to be in position and making plays for this defense.
They stop him, but it's a 1st down.